if you've read this chapter, you'll know that the questions you ask and the answers you get actually determine the meaning of any event for you. For example, you've probably noticed that an event that would devastate one person will hardly matter to anybody else. It's all a question of perception. Now, this technique is designed to help you flush out all of those killer negative questions or their answers that you might use on a regular basis. It's a simple 3-step process. Use it for a week and I guarantee that you'll see a noticeable improvement in the quality of your life. Step 1 will be we write them down. Step 2, we scramble them up. And step 3, we'll replace them with something better. Okay, let's do that. Step 1, write down your 5 killer questions. These will be the questions you use on a regular basis, maybe even without even realising it. And these will be questions that really don't serve you. The questions perhaps you might use to beat yourself up with. Generally, they'll be negative, so they'll be, oh, why can't I do this? What stops me doing that? Why don't I ever get this? You get the idea. Now, write down your own killer questions right now. Go for the first 5 things that pop into your head. Trust your instincts, they're usually right in this instance. You might want to stop the audio whilst you do that. Step 2. Scramble up those old questions. When seen on paper, some of those questions might seem rather silly or even harsh, but that's okay. Better to have them out in the open. Now you can see them for what they really are, you can really start to mess with them. The most effective way to scramble a question is to change how it feels, change how it sounds, and then change the content. Okay, to change the feeling, change your body language. My preferred method to do this is to stand up. Stand on one leg and whilst hopping around, obviously keeping your balance, say your question. So every time you hop, you say one of the words. If your question was, why do I always mess things up? What you do is you stand up. Why do I always mess things up? It feels different, doesn't it? Say one word each time you hop. Now, many people find this hard to do without laughing out loud. Repeat this 3 times and it will really change the feeling of that particular question. To change the sound, change the voice in your head. Imagine how "why do I always mess things up" would sound in a high-pitched squeaky voice. Why do I always mess things up? Change your tone and the pitch of your voice and read out your questions. Why do I always mess things up? You get the idea. Notice how the feeling changes. It changes the resonance. To change the content, speak the question out loud but backwards. For example, if your question was, why do I always mess things up? Then you say, up things mess, always I do why. I'll do that again. Up things mess, always why do I? Suddenly you become Yoda. So remembering the last time you used this question, get a picture of that time. Connect the feeling. So, remembering the last time you may have used this question, just get a picture of that time. Connect with that event and the feelings, and read your question out backwards now. Notice how silly it sounds, how ridiculous it feels, and repeat this 3 times. Step 3. Replacing with the new. Now we're going to add new questions that will better serve you and start to change your perceptions. These questions will move you forward into a positive frame of mind. Now, because of that, they will be stated in the positive. For example, how can I learn from? Where's the good in? What's wonderful about? Choose questions that inspire you. Now write down the life-changing questions that are relevant to you. Write down your 5 life-changing questions. And again, you might want to stop the audio while you do this. Okay, now imagine a situation where if it were in the past, you would have used one of those old killer questions and just replace it with one of your new, more empowering questions. So imagine using the old question and then replacing it with one of the new ones. Imagine the difference the new question makes in the way that you feel. Now, imagine a time in the future which, had it have happened before, you may have used an old killer question. Replace it with one of your new empowering questions, and again, notice the difference it makes. For homework, I suggest you read through each one of your life-changing questions, review them daily for the next 7 days, and you'll find they slowly become questions that you automatically ask by habit, and they will make a big difference to the quality of your life. See you next session. Bye for now.